From Arkansas's News and Information Center, this is THV 11 News at 6:30.
Welcome back. North Little Rock police released video of this weekend's fatal officer-involved shooting. Police showed media a portion of video from a patrol car's dashboard camera today and described the situation. Winnie Wright joining us now with a breakdown of exactly what the video shows us. Winnie.
17-year-old Charles C.J. Smith was shot and killed after a traffic stop on Sunday around 1 a.m. Since then, North Little Rock police say rumors have been spreading and threats have been made against officers. It's why Chief Mike Davis called a press conference today to release dash cam video of what led up to the shooting. We want to warn you, even though we are not showing the video in full, it may be graphic to some.
Step on out for me real quick, okay?
It started as a traffic stop on the 5200 block of Camp Robinson Road early Sunday morning.
Officers observed a vehicle traveling northbound on Camp Robinson Road at an excessive speed and with a headlight not functioning properly.
Why were y'all driving so dang fast, man?
As long as I've been living on camp, I thought this was 40.
It's 40? Even if you was doing 40, you still, even if, let's get out the traffic way a little bit.
The vehicle was occupied by 3 subjects: the driver, the front passenger, and the right rear passenger, Charles Smith Jr.
During the stop, you hear the officers engage in conversation as the subjects are frisked. Chief Davis says the men were frisked based on suspicious behavior.
What's going on, man? You just super uptight, nervous?
Oh, no. No, I just was fixing to get pulled over.
It happened.
Wasn't in the agenda.
You hear the officer asking if there's anything they should know about. The other 2 men, an 18-year-old and a 21-year-old, comply with police and are seated on the sidewalk.
Step on out, bud.
Finally, C.J. Smith is removed from the car.
Ain't nothing crazy on you, do you? No? Okay. I'm going to check real quick, all right? Straight your feet just a little bit. There you go. What are those new Air Force Ones, man? How you like them? Hey, what you doing? Huh? You got just a little bit? Not?
Hey, don't reach in your pocket. This is my phone.
Okay, I got you. Ain't nothing but a little bit of weed, man.
Yes, sir.
Like for real. Like if you tell us, don't reach.
I promise some weed. That's it.
Okay.
A little bit. I told you we went to a party. I just bought a little bit.
Sure.
Like a couple grand.
Right. Ain't gonna find nothing else in here, right? Not quit reaching, partner.
3 officers were at the scene. In the video, you hear the officers tell Smith not to reach for his pocket 4 times. You hear a scuffle and see an officer and Smith fall to the ground. Another officer holds a taser to Smith.
I can't go to jail. Get your hand out. It's a gun.
In this video, edited by North Little Rock police, you see what looks like a gun in Smith's hand very close to the 2 other men. One runs, the other rolls out of the way as officers appear to try to subdue Smith. He then points the gun at officers, cocks the weapon, and fires twice. Officers then returned fire. We have chosen not to show the moment of his death. It is worth noting again that we at THV 11 did not edit this video. This is the way that it was provided to the press. The only changes we made were the bleeps due to language.
So let's talk about the editing of that video. It was done by North Little Rock Police Department. Did they indicate why they edited it instead of just releasing it in its entirety?
They did. Since 5 o'clock when we originally had this conversation, I have been told by North Little Rock Police they thought it would be easier for the public if they were able to see with the circle where the gun was. And they said they honestly thought it was more accessible for the public that way. And that fragment of the video was shown because that is what prosecutors signed off on. So we didn't see, after the shooting, we didn't see before the stop, and that's because that is what the prosecutor signed off on.
One more question. Tell us more about how the meeting with the police went and whether they were prepared to answer questions.
So essentially, we were brought into this meeting room at the training department, and they gave us a little rundown of the situation, why they were showing the video. We explained that in the story that they wanted to kind of quell some of that misinformation. They called it misinformation. They then gave us a timeline and showed us the video. Afterwards, words, they were prepared to clear the room, to which the press asked, are we going to be able to ask some questions? Essentially, each of us got to ask one question. Didn't get all of our questions answered, but they said that they're going to be pretty tight-lipped on this case until they get it turned over to the prosecutor so he can determine whether or not it is justified.
All right, Winnie Wright with details on this dash cam video from the North Little Rock officer-involved shooting. Thank you much. We'll turn our attention now to weather.